Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I was inspired by this new palette that What's Up Beauty sent me. I'm really drawn to these pinky shades over here, so I think that I'm going to end up doing a pinky look. Maybe adding a little bit of purple, although I did just recently do a purpley look. But yeah, I was just inspired by that new eyeshadow palette, so I wanted to sit down, film, and just hang out, do my makeup. For my base today, I'm going in with the Milani SPF BFF. This is their SPF 30 primer. This primer from Milani is very nice. It has slowly become one of my favorite makeup bases and just SPFs. It blends out to be really sheer. I would say pretty translucent, like it's going on pretty much clear once it's all over the skin. And it doesn't have any fragrance to it, which I really appreciate. It also doesn't leave my skin feeling greasy at all. It doesn't contribute to excess oil. I'm just really impressed by this Milani SPF primer. I didn't really have expectations for it, but it exceeded any expectations that I would have for a primer that has SPF in it. I got a lot of color while I was doing my nannying job. I am no longer working for that family. The summer is over. The kids are back in school. But while working for them, I was outside in the sun so much. Like, definitely the most sun I've received in my adulthood. Of course, like when I was a kid, I'm sure I got a lot of sun as a kid. But oh my gosh, I have not been out in the sun this much in a very long time. The only foundation that really matches me at the moment is the LYS Triple Fix Serum Foundation in the shade TG5. So I've been reaching for this one a lot. I use my sponge to blend it out because in my experience, it has looked a little heavy, but I've been really enjoying the way that this looks. I feel like my problem with the way that it looks and sits on the skin more so has to do with the fact that I don't really have a shade that matches me super well. I have the MG5, but sometimes that one is just not really working for me, even when I'm not this tan. But the TG5 right now is a really perfect match for me. We'll see how long I can keep this tan for though, because, you know, since my job is done, I'm not at the pool every day, every morning anymore. I was originally going to use my REM Sweetener Concealer, but I had just used it in my previous video, and the LYS Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer in TG1 matches me right now, and it doesn't usually match me, so I'm just taking this excuse to use this one as well. And the foundation and concealer combo from LYS is actually a really great one. This concealer is so nice. It's got a really great coverage to it, but it's kind of serum-y, which I am a huge fan of, like serum-like concealers where they just have like a good coverage, good color to them, but they are super thin. And I'm also taking my sponge and blending that out. But yeah, my little temporary nannying job is over, so I'm back to just doing my own thing right now. I definitely am going to have to start looking for a job, but I'm kind of wondering about remote jobs at the moment. I've not worked a remote job before, and I think I would like to try that out. But who knows, maybe another nannying job will come up. I'm sure I'll have some babysitting jobs here and there, but I am really enjoying my time again. I'm just going to add a light amount of powder underneath my eyes. This is the Rare Beauty setting powder. Adding a little bit to my forehead too. I'm quite shiny there, but I will definitely add more powder later. I turned the brightness up one notch. I just felt like it was really dark before. I'm going in with a little bit of my primer potion from Urban Decay. I'm actually taking a What's Up Beauty eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to go in with the shade Rock. I didn't bring any other eyeshadows to use. Let me peel this off a little bit of peeling. So hopefully all these eyeshadows are okay. The color of that's actually way nicer than I thought it would be. It looks like really grayish in a pan, but that's actually really nice. On Tuesday, I basically read an entire book, almost front to back. I was maybe like a little less than 20% of the way through before I started reading on Tuesday, but I needed to have this book finished for a book club that I've been a part of for a few months now. I feel like we've probably read like 5 or 6 books at this point. But it was so nice to be able to just spend like 6 hours reading on Tuesday. I loved that. It was the book Black Cake. It's basically a family drama, which family dramas are one of my favorite genres. Ooh, this is so pretty. I love that color through the crease. I'm going to take a little bit of this kind of mauve-y shade. I'm going to use it to deepen up the crease a little bit. But Black Cake was about this woman who passes away. She is the mother of these 2 children, 2 adult children, and she leaves them a tape recording with her lawyer for them to listen to, and basically has revealed all sorts of secrets that she has kept from her children forever. And it was such an amazing book. I really, really enjoyed it. Like I said, I just love family dramas, and this was such an amazing family drama, and it was such a satisfying read as well. Like, everything was wrapped up so nicely at the end. You're left with like no questions, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful book. I did rate it 5 stars on my Goodreads. Let's swatch. Ooh. Oh my. Okay, that's agate. This one right here. Taking my finger. Ooh, how pretty. I'm taking this deep brown on a sort of just like smaller eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna line my lash line with that dark brown. Barely, kind of more so on the outer corner. Black Cake was definitely a good book club book as well, but with my group, it's very difficult for us to talk a lot about a book that we like. We have a way easier time talking about books that we dislike. Like, we have way more to talk about. I'm going to go in a little bit with this light rose quartz shade. I'm just gonna pop some like kind of all over the lid. Did that do it? Oh, it did a little bit. It did a little bit of something. Just kind of brightened it up a little. The 2 books that come to mind that we didn't really like was Where the Crawdads Sing, which is going to be probably a bit shocking to a lot of people because like a lot of people love that book. We just saw so many red flags with that book, like the grooming that nobody talks about. So yeah, we just had like a lot to say about that book. And then another one that we had a lot to say about was The Silent Patient, which I think also might be a little shocking to a lot of people because a lot of people really love The Silent Patient. I am not a Colleen Hoover stan. Like, I don't read romances, so I probably will not read her romance books. However, if you read The Silent Patient and you really loved it, read Verity. Go ahead and read Verity and then let me know what you think about The Silent Patient. I kind of think that if I had read The Silent Patient before I read Verity, and Verity was another book club book that we did, but I think if we read The Silent Patient before Verity, we probably all would have really enjoyed The Silent Patient a bit more. And I think that The Silent Patient has potential to be a really good movie, but yeah, no, it just was not at its full potential. I'm going in with a little bit of the e.l.f. Brow Lift. One book that we all really liked was The Hate U Give. That was a great one, and we all enjoyed that one, and we all had a lot to talk about that one. Even though everyone liked it, we had a lot to talk about, but I was in such a reading rut. They actually tried to do a nonfiction book last month, and then when everyone was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna read a nonfiction book, I kind of in the back of my head was like, I ain't reading a nonfiction book. But like a couple of days before we were supposed to meet, I was like, oh shit, I was supposed to read something. But yeah, I knew I was not going to do that. I knew I was not going to read that book. But next month, what did we decide on for next month? We decided on a Flicker in the Dark for next month's book. Let me know if you've read that one. Okay, I'm turning the brightness down a notch now because it was just looking too bright. Oh, Eyeshadow Look is so cute. I'm looking at the list of books we read. I've already talked about all of them except the first book that we read was The Midnight Library. And I liked The Midnight Library, but yeah, I think that's just kind of it. Like, I liked it, but it was, I don't know, it was fine. It was a fine book. I forgot a brow product. How does that look? Not great. I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm just going in with that dark brown shadow from this eyeshadow palette and just filling in my brows a little bit. A book I've been trying to get through, and I've only got about an hour left. Like, I have no excuses. I really just need to sit down and finish it. But this book put me in a reading rut, I swear. It's the book When No One Is Looking. Hopefully I'll be able to read a lot of books, though, during my downtime since I'm not working right now. This is the Mob Beauty mascara. Definitely check out my Goodreads. I'm a big fan of Goodreads. I just really love being able to keep track of what I'm reading. I love how seamlessly it works with my Kindle, which is where I read all my books. I read my books on my Kindle. Also, recommend me a good family drama that you've read. Some of the ones that I've read are Pachinko. Loved Pachinko. Like, loved Pachinko. That's a 5-star book for me. I would say Homegoing is a family drama as well. It kind of more so just like follows, well, it's like a drama, follows like a long lineage of like one family, but they kind of split off. But that one's a great one. With the citrine shade, this yellow, I'm going to pop some in my inner corner. The Vanishing Half, I would say, is a bit of a family drama. That one was pretty good. Everything I Never Told You, I really enjoyed that book. But I'm pretty sure I only gave 2 books out of those a 5-star, and that was Pachinko and Black Cake, which I just read. But yes, please give me some recommendations on a family drama that you really liked, because I really do. I enjoy family dramas a lot, especially if they span generations. Taking a little bit of that rock shade from the beginning and just lining my lower lash line with it. And taking some of my setting powder, and I'm just gonna run it along my brow bone just to kind of clean up the eye look a little bit, kind of bring it down a smidge. I feel like it's kind of high. Going to start working on the rest of my face now. I'm going in with my e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in the shade Bronze Belle. Justin and I are watching House of the Dragon, and we're both really liking it. I kind of wasn't sure if I was going to watch it, but yeah, we decided to go ahead and watch it. We were both big fans of Game of Thrones. I actually started watching Game of Thrones the year it came out. I was a freshman in high school, and I watched it with my parents. So yeah, that puts things into perspective, the type of relationship that I have with my parents, that I've always had with my parents. Like, I was literally 14 and watching Game of Thrones with my parents. But yeah, we've been really liking the show. It kind of makes me want to go and read the books. I tried reading the books when I was in high school, and yeah, I did not get very far. I might have gotten like 100 pages in to the very first book. But I feel like now I could read them and really enjoy them. I don't know, I feel that way about Twilight too, but the thing about Twilight is I read those in middle school and I read 1, 2, and 3. Never finished the 4th one. Like, who does that? I also did that with Harry Potter. I read 1 through 6, I started the 7th one, and I never finished it. Never finished it. I don't know why I'm like that. I think honestly, realistically, Twilight, like rereading the Twilight series would probably be a better bet for me. I'm going to go in now with my Persona Blush Multi-Stick in the shade Bubble. I really wanted this to be a cute pinky look. I've been focusing my blush a little higher up and kind of taking it like really close to my under eyes as well. I just feel like it's very flattering. And yes, I did see that on TikTok. You know, everyone was doing that. But it's so much more flattering than keeping your blush lower. So I've been liking that. Oh yeah, the blush is so cute with the eye look. Going in with my LA Girl lip liner in Sugar and Spice. I'm going in with this pinky shade. I don't know if I've used this before, but ooh, it's gonna be cute. This is the Kaja Heart Melter in Sweet Talk. Just going to set my skin with my Youthforia Skin Moisturizing Setting Spray. Been really liking this. Here's the final look. I think it's very, very cute. I really love the cheeks and I love this lip combo. The eyeshadow look is also really, really cute as well. But that is going to be it from me today. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you aren't already subscribed, definitely go ahead and do so. Hopefully I will see you next time.